Welcome to today's online class, children. Uh, Today we are entering into a new unit, what is called magnetic effects current. So far, actually, magnetic effective current, what is it? So far, in the last unit, I think you have studied what is called Joule's law of heating. What do you mean by Joule's law of heating? When you pass a current through a conductor, okay, the conductor gets heated, okay. Therefore, when you are passing a current through a conductor, it heats the conductor, which means that it is a heating effect of current. It is a heating effect of current, okay. Now we are going to see one more effective current, what is called the magnetic effect of current, okay. So it's a very important unit. So now we are entering into the topic unit, what is called magnetic effect of current, right. See, more than 2000 years, okay, we have an idea about what is called electricity and magnetism, two important fields of physics, okay. So we have idea about electricity and we have a very clear idea about magnetism, okay, since many years, nearly about 2000 years. But, okay, they thought that electricity is a different field of physics and magnetism is a different field of physics, and both are of course very important fields of physics, but there is no relation between both, okay. Electricity is different, magnetism is different, okay, and there is no relation between electricity and magnetism, okay. So but it actually, since 2000 years they were thinking like that, nearly about, but now it is 2020, no, 200 years before, okay, see, it was Oersted, okay, who discovered a intimate relationship between electricity and magnetism. He told that electricity and magnetism are not completely independent, what is that, fields, okay, independent topics. They are, these both electricity and magnetism are closely related. They are closely related. They are not independent fields of physics, but they are very closely related, okay. And it is an accidental discovery only. It was Oersted, okay, who actually discovered the relation between what is that, electricity and magnetism, okay. How? We are going to see the experiment. What he did, it is what is called Oersted experiment. Oersted. What is it? See here. Actually, take a magnet. First, you take a magnetic needle, okay, and just mount it, right. And there is a magnetic needle. You are keeping a magnetic needle here. So, I think compass needle, right? Compass. Okay, and it is showing that is south pole and here it is north, okay. Now what you are doing is, and it is capable of rotating freely about the vertical axis, okay, about the vertical axis in a horizontal plane, like that, can rotate like this, okay. So it is capable of rotating about the vertical axis in a horizontal plane, right. Now what I am going to do is, I am going to keep Okay, conducting, okay, it is a wire, conducting wire, okay, a wire here, very close to this compass needle, and through this, what I am going to do is, see, I am going to pass a current, okay. So this is a rheostat. Rheostat, you know very well, it is meant for changing the resistance of the circuit. A battery is here, a key is here, fine, and okay. So this is A and this is B. So the current now is passing from A to B, right? A to B, right. Now when you are, see here, now first you keep the key open first to start with, okay. It is open, the key is open, okay. Now when you are, there won't be any current, okay. When it is open, don't the arrow mark is there, but there won't be any current. Now what what am I doing, you see here, the conducting wire AB and the needle both are parallel, okay. Hold the conducting wire AB over this needle, okay, which needle, that is NS, and it is parallel and kept parallel to it, like that you are keeping, okay. Now what I see, once you are sending the current, see close, immediately what will happen, okay, the north pole is there of the magnetic needle, it moves towards, it will rotate, okay, it rotates, it moves towards west, and south it moves towards east, okay. Therefore how do you say here, say I here, the actually how am I keeping the conducting wire, the conducting wire AB is in the direction, what is the direction, it is south and this is north, okay. I am keeping the wire in south north direction, therefore are you following, wire is in the, A is in south and B is north, and therefore then what is the, therefore if this is the case, which is east and which is west, here is east and here is west, correct? Therefore what happens when you are closing the circuit, okay, then what happens, the current is passed in the conductor in which direction, from south to north, because you are keeping the needle and AB both are current parallel, like that you are keeping. Therefore the direction of the current is from where to where, it is from south to north, okay. Therefore the current direction is from south to north, and when you are passing immediately north pole of the magnet, this is north pole of the magnet, north pole of the magnet will be deflected towards west and south pole will be deflected towards east, okay. And before, see, as I told you, before Oersted period time, okay, the electricity means the charge will produce electric field, okay, and a magnet produces a magnetic field, it will produce a magnetic field. Charge will produce electric field and magnet is there, then it will produce magnetic field. A magnetic needle, it will show actual deflection only when there is a magnetic field. Magnetic field shows deflection only when there is some magnetic field, okay. Now what is that, what is it, see, if you are, I think in a small compass needle, you know, when you are, if you rotate whatever small, there will be a very small, this is a magnetic needle, okay, and there will be one side here, it is north and this is south. Okay, therefore, when you are nicely rotate whatever you want you do, so finally, okay, not so, this will come to rest. The needle will come to rest only in north-south direction. Only in north-south direction. So, the needle will come to rest only in north-south direction. So, why? What is the reason? The reason is when you are rotating, whatever you do, the needle, the compass needle will come to rest only in north-south direction. Why? Because our earth is a huge magnet. Earth has a magnetic field. It acts as a huge magnet, so that when you are rotating, whatever you do, finally the needle will see them. Your compass needle, you are disturbing a lot. You rotate, whatever you want you do. Finally, that needle will come to rest only in north-south direction, showing that, what is that? It is aligned in the direction of the magnetic field. It is aligned magnetic field of what? Magnetic field of Earth. Okay, so it is aligned in the direction of magnetic field of Earth. Are you following how it will? For example, if it is north, for example, if it comes like this, this is a magnetic needle of like this, na? Okay. If it is north, here north, and here it is south. If it is coming like that, therefore you know very well Earth's magnetic field, south magnetic south pole is in this direction, and magnetic north pole is in this direction here. Magnetic north. Okay, so magnetic north of, what is that? Earth. And here magnetic south of Earth. Okay, you consider Earth as a very huge magnet. Therefore, magnetic north of Earth, okay, is in the south direction. Okay, and magnetic south of Earth is in the north direction. That is the reason why what is the compass needle is nothing but a small magnet. Therefore, the north pole of the magnetic needle will be attracted towards the magnetic south of our Earth. Like that, the south pole of the magnetic needle, the compass needle, will be attracted towards the magnetic north of our Earth. Are you following? Therefore, I hope you are able to follow, children. Why? Because our Earth is a huge magnet. Therefore, whenever, what is that? You are keeping the magnetic needle, what will happen? It will align only in the north-south direction. That is why even very olden days, we are, compass needle, it is a magnet is used for navigation purpose to find out the direction. Okay, so that is the reason. Why? Because our Earth is a magnet. That is why it is disturbed. So, apart from our Earth's field, if there is any extra field is there means, then it will definitely deflect from north-south direction. Definitely it will deflect from north-south direction. Okay, because why? Because it is disturbed by the extra field. Apart from Earth's field, only Earth's field is there, it will align only in north-south direction. If some extra field is there, apart from Earth's field, if you are keeping a magnet nearby, then definitely it will be deflected. Then this compass needle will show some deflection. Are you following? Therefore, if some extra magnetic field is there, then definitely the compass needle, okay, will deflect from its north-south position. Very, very important, right? That is, now come to this topic. What is that? Here, when you are keeping a magnetic needle here, okay, near the current carrying conductor, and the current is from south to north, you are passing. That time what happens, Ørsted noticed that the north pole of the magnet is deflected towards west and south pole is deflected towards east. Okay, and he was so surprised. Why? What is the reason? And actually, till then, what is that? There is, he was searching for magnet, whether any magnet is there nearby. Okay, so, and why? Because magnetic needle is Deflecting means there should be some magnet nearby. Okay, so he was searching for it, whether there is any magnet, and there was no magnet. Okay, then what should be the reason? Then immediately what he thought, okay, let me switch off the current. Okay, once you were switching off the current, immediately the needle was coming back to once again the magnet. What is that? It is a compass needle is coming back to the north-south position. Are you following? So once it is north and it is south. Once you stop flowing the current, here you see it is disconnect the battery. Okay, therefore there is no current. Once there is no current, immediately it is coming back to what is that? The north-south position, which means only Earth's field is there. There is no other magnetic field. Okay, and once we are switching on, immediately what is it? Showing some deflection. Okay, and it was a surprise. Okay, there is no other magnet nearby, and but just you are passing the current. So because of the current, what is the magnetic needle is showing some deflection. Okay, so it was new that time. Okay, nobody knew this will happen. This would happen. Okay, so Oersted, what he did immediately. Okay, then what he did, he increased the amount of current there. By rheostat is there now. So by decreasing the resistance of the circuit, he increased the current. Once he increased the current, then okay, the degree of deflection will be very large. It nicely deflected. Are you following? And after that, he decreased the current. Then degree of deflection of the compass needle is actually it is decreased. Okay, so it depends on is it clear. Okay, therefore now he concluded, okay, so the deflection is only because of what is that? The current in the conductor. Current in the conductor. Are you following, children? Then after that, okay, so what he did, he changed the direction of the current. He changed the direction of the current. How? See, just by keeping, see here, rheostat, and okay, like this. When he changed the direction of the current, then he found that. Okay, now it is AB, but the current is from B to A. Therefore, the current is from south to north, correct? No, sorry, north to south. This direction north, na? So north to south. That time what happened? The deflection. How the deflection? The needle. Okay, this is the, okay. Now the needle showed the deflection. How it showed? See, like that. Okay, this is south and this is north. So how? Now the deflection, direction of the deflection also changed. Once you are changing the current, it is not that 1 kilometer away, it is very close thing. Okay. Therefore, what is the needle and the current carrying conductors are very close. Okay. Therefore, what happened here? This north pole, okay, north pole of the compass needle will be deflected in this direction opposite, and here it will be deflected in this direction. Okay. Therefore, yeah, now he had actually come to the conclusion. It is purely because of this needle deflection, compass needle deflects only because of what is that? The current in the conductor. The current, why? Because, see, there is, if you are changing the direction of the current, then the deflection direction is also changing. Before that, when the current is from south to north, north pole is deflected towards west. But when the current is from north to south, okay, the north pole is deflected towards east. Are you following? Hope you are following, children. So, from this, he concluded that yes, definitely, okay, because strength is increased, current strength is increased means degree of deflection is also increased. If you are changing the direction of the current, Okay, direction of the deflection is also changing. So in this case, what is in the first case, it is from the anti-clockwise direction, it is rotating. Now when you are passing the current from north to south, then it is moving in the clockwise direction. Therefore it is rotating in the clockwise direction. When it rotates in the clockwise direction, automatically north pole will be here deflected towards east. Are you following? Therefore that concluded that yes, the current carrying conductor is having definitely some magnetic field around it. See, electric field will be inside the conductor. We are passing the current. What is that? Electric field is there inside the conductor, and magnetic field, when you are passing the current, magnetic field will be there around the current carrying conductor. Okay, therefore how to keep it in memory, how in which direction deflection. See here, it is by very important one, it is what is called snow. What is snow? When the current is from south to north, and the conductor is from south to north, then the north pole, NO, the north pole of the compass needle will be deflected towards west. Correct? See, it is south. A, B, first it is, what is that? The current is from A to B. So, A is south and B is at, what is in the north. Therefore, the conductor is kept in north-south direction, and the current is the first case. This is the first case and this is the second case. Okay, in the first case, the current is from south to north. When the current is from south to north, the north pole of the magnet will be deflected towards west. So I think it is easy now to remember snow. Okay, so once you know, if the current is direction is changed, means then just opposite. Okay, so this is a very, very important discovery. Okay, and it is an accidental discovery, and now Oersted concluded that current carrying conductor is having a magnetic field around it. Okay, so this is given by, okay, this experiment, it is what is the direction, what is the deflection of the magnetic needle when it is kept near the current carrying conductor. That it is given by one rule, that is what is called Ampere's swimming rule. Ampere's swimming. Okay, what is Ampere's swimming rule? Very easy, see here, Ampere's swimming rule, it states that, okay, imagine a man swimming along the wire, okay, imagine a man swimming along the wire, okay, he is swimming along the wire in the direction of the current, with his face, he is turning his face, okay, how? Towards the needle, with his face towards the needle, okay, with his face towards the needle, so that the current enters his feet and leaves his head. Current enters like that one, because he is a man who is swimming. Okay, and why he is turning his face towards the needle means he has to see which direction he is needle is deflected. Okay, so for that one it is given. That's it. Okay, therefore imagine a man swimming along the wire in the direction of the current with his face, okay, always turned towards the needle, so that the current enters his feet and leaves at his head. Okay. Then the north pole of the compass needle. North pole of the magnetic needle. Compass needle or magnetic needle. North pole of the magnetic needle will be deflected towards his left hand, correct? This is a right hander, this is a left hander. Okay, therefore how it is deflected? It is deflected towards his left hand. Are you following? So this it is recollected with the, what is yes, snow. Snow is also very important. So what is snow? This it shows that the current is from south to north. The north pole of the magnet will be deflected towards west. Okay, provided magnetic needle is kept very close to the current carrying conductor. That is very important. Okay. Therefore, see, imagine here Ampere's swimming rule. Imagine a man, okay, swimming along the wire in the direction of the current with his face turned towards the magnetic needle, such that the current enters into his feet and leaves his head. Okay. Then, okay, the north pole of the magnet, okay, will be deflected towards his left hand. Towards his left hand. Are you following? Is it clear? So this is Ampere's swimming rule. Once again, if you imagine a man who is swimming along the wire in the direction of the current with his face turned towards the compass needle, towards the needle, okay, such that so that the current enters his feet and leaves the head. Okay, then the north pole of the magnetic needle will be deflected towards his left hand. Towards his left hand. Therefore, that is what is called Ampere's swimming rule. Ampere's swimming rule. Hope you are you able to follow now? Is it clear? Right. Now next. Okay. Next is magnetic field. Now, what is magnetic field? See, you know very well a charge, a static charge is there. A charge is kept. Okay. Therefore, when a charge is kept, then surrounding the charge there will be electric field. I think you know this one. Okay. Therefore, surrounding the charge there will be some electric field. Right. Very good. Like that. Okay. Therefore, just a static charge produces an electric field. Like that, a moving charge, when the charge starts moving, a moving charge means there will be current. And the charge is moving, okay, plus Q is moving in this direction. Therefore, current will be in this direction. Therefore, a moving charge or what is that? A current carrying conductor. Moving charge or current through the conductor, current carrying conductor produces a magnetic field. Static charge produces the electric field. Like that, moving charge produces a magnetic field. Moving charge mane kya hota hai? Once the charge starts moving, there will be current. Okay. Therefore, you can say that current, there is a current in the conductor means the charges are in motion. Charges are in motion in a particular direction. Therefore, that produces the current. Are you following? Therefore, current carrying conductor is having a magnetic field, which means that what is a moving charge produces a magnetic field. Static charge produces the electric field and moving charge produces a magnetic field. Okay, therefore, what is magnetic field? Now, you know how to define a magnetic field. Magnetic field is nothing but a space around a magnet, or a current carrying conductor, okay, or a current carrying conductor. Space, what is that? Magnetic field is a space around a magnet or a current carrying conductor within which its magnetic effect can be felt. Within which its magnetic effect can be felt. Are you following? Therefore, what is a magnetic field? Magnetic field is the space around, either it is a space around a magnet, north south. Therefore, surrounding the magnet, that will be magnetic field. Okay, therefore here there will be a magnetic field, and surrounding a current carrying conductor also there will be a magnetic field. Are you following? Therefore, how to define a magnetic field? See here, the magnetic field is the space around a magnet or a current carrying conductor, okay, within which its, what is that, magnetic effect can be felt. Magnetic effect can be felt means what is that? Magnetic, what is the force of attraction or repulsion can be felt by any other magnet. Okay, therefore this is what is called a magnetic field in general. What is a magnetic field? It is a space around a magnet or a current carrying conductor within which its magnetic effect can be felt. That is it. Okay, right. See, in the case of, surrounding up to this area there will be a magnetic field. But what do you say about, strength of the magnetic field? See, if I want the strength of the magnetic field, for example, if I take a point here around a magnet, I have taken point here, A, B, C. Like that, current carrying conductor, I am taking 2 for 1, 2 or 3 nearby, like that. Okay, 3. So, here you see all these points, the strength, whether can you say the strength, whether the strength is same? No, definitely not. Strength cannot be same. Why? Because strength will be very strong here at A. Okay. Then what is that? It is weak at B, weaker at B, and it is at C. It is weakest of A, weakest magnetic field. When you compare A, B, and C, weakest field is at C. Why? Because as you go away from the magnet, therefore it's the magnetic field strength will definitely decrease. Like that here, okay, at 1, 2, 3. At 1 the field has to be maximum, at 3 it will be minimum. It has to be minimum. Okay, therefore though up to this territory, what is that? The magnetic field is there, but the strength of the magnetic field is not the same. Is different at different points. Are you following? Therefore, how to find out the strength of the magnetic field? See, there are so many names here. Strength of the magnetic field. Strength of the magnetic field, okay, is also known as magnetic flux density. There are so many names for this. Magnetic flux density, or also there is one more. It is also called as magnetic induction. Magnetic induction. Sometimes it is also called as magnetic field intensity. Electric field intensity E, na? Like that here, magnetic field intensity. How to represent? What is the symbol B? It is a vector. It is a vector. Are you following? Therefore, everything it means. See, there are so many names. Strength of the magnetic field is also called magnetic flux density. One more name is magnetic induction, or it is also called magnetic field intensity. Magnetic field intensity. Are you following? Therefore, I can say now magnetic flux density or magnetic induction at A, B, C, R are different. Correct? Like, is it clear? Therefore, how to find out then? How to find out the strength of the field at any point? Strength of the field at any point. Okay, how to find out? See, in the case of your electric field intensity, if I want to find out the electric field intensity at this point A, so what you have to do? What is it? It is nothing but the field, electric field intensity at any point in an electric field is defined as the force experienced by a unit positive charge when it is kept at that point. Correct? So unit positive charge is very large. It's large means you are keeping a test charge there, and you see what is the force experienced by the test charge. divided by the charge gives you the field intensity, electric field intensity at A. Okay, like that you can define. But how to define magnetic field intensity or magnetic flux density or magnetic induction or strength of the magnet? Everything is same. Okay, that is denoted by B. How to define? For to define the magnetic field intensity, okay, we have to deduce an expression for the force on a moving charge in a magnetic field. We have to derive the expression for how, because we need to define B. How to define B? For defining B, we need, what is that? One expression. What is the expression? Expression for the force on a moving charge in a magnetic field. Okay, therefore now we are going to derive. Once we derive the expression, from that we can define B. Hope you are following. Okay, therefore force on a moving charge in a magnetic field. Force on a moving charge in a magnetic field. Okay, so now we are going to derive the expression for it. For that, very, very important. Once that what is that expression is ready, from that expression we can readily define B. Okay, so for that only this is required. Okay, very important topic, children. Force on a moving charge in a magnetic field. Okay, see, consider. Let us consider. See, I have XY. Okay, this is the direction of B. Okay, and this is, okay, you can say it is X, and this is Y, and this is Z coordinates, right? So along X direction, magnetic field is acting. Magnetic field is along X direction, right? That is a uniform magnetic field. What do you mean by uniform electric field? Uniform electric field means, what is that? Each and every point in a region, if there is a uniform electric field, each and every point, what is that? My electric field is the same. Okay, both magnitude and direction. Like that here also, what is it? There is a uniform magnetic field is there. So what is the direction for that? It is towards right. Okay, right. Now a charge is moving. A charge is moving in this direction. Wow, which charge? A charge, positive charge. A charge Q. A charge Q is moving with the velocity V in this direction, making an angle theta. Making an angle theta with the magnetic field. Are you following? Therefore, what is that? Force on a moving charge in a magnetic field. Here B, what is the magnetic field, is along X direction, and a charge Q is moving, charge plus Q, positive charge. Okay, a charge Q is moving in the direction given. This is the direction of motion of the charge. What is that? It is moving with a velocity that is V. Okay, okay, right. Now what happens? See, it is a moving charge. Charge is moving in this direction. Charge is moving in this direction means that too it is a positive charge. Therefore, there will be current in the same direction. Therefore, current will be in the same direction, in the direction of V. Okay, therefore, the current is actually, charge is moving means there will be a current in the same direction, in the direction of V, right? Therefore, what happens? See, very important. Already there is some external magnetic field is there. Charge is moving in the magnetic field, that is B. Okay, already there is some magnetic field. In the magnetic field, charge is moving. When the charge is moving, definitely there will be current. Therefore, you know very well the moving charge produces a magnetic field. That is, a current will produce a magnetic field. Okay, source of magnetic field, what is that? Not only magnet. Magnet produces a magnetic field. Apart from that, just now we have seen Oersted found. What is that? A moving charge or a current carrying conductor. Current carrying conductor. Inside the current carrying, the charges are moving in a particular direction. No. Therefore, moving charge or a current carrying conductor is also the source of magnetic field. Correct? Therefore, here a charge is moving. Okay. Making an angle theta with the external magnetic field. Therefore, the moving charge has its own magnetic field surrounding it. Okay. So, moving charge will also produce a magnetic field. Already the charge is in the external magnetic field. There are two magnetic fields now. One is the external field B. The other one is the magnetic field that is produced by a moving charge. Okay. So, what happens? Both the magnetic fields will interact with each other. Both the magnetic fields will interact with each other. Because of this interaction, okay, the charge experiences some force. Moving charge experiences some force. Are you following, children? Very important. That is, force on a moving charge in a magnetic field. When a charge is moving in a magnetic field, okay, therefore, moving charge produces its own magnetic field, and that magnetic field and the external magnetic field B in which it's moving, both will interact with each other, okay, due to which the charge experiences some force. Are you following? It experiences some force. What is that force? Therefore, on what factors the force experienced by a moving charge depends. Okay, therefore, now we are going to see. Therefore, force acting. Okay, therefore, now what is that? Force on a moving charge. The magnitude of the force experienced by the moving charge, it depends on F. Let it be F. On what factors it depends? This F, okay, the force experienced by the moving charge depends on some factors. What are all the factors? Number 1, F is directly proportional to the magnitude of the charge itself. More the magnitude, definitely more the magnitude of the charge, more will be the force experienced. Okay, right. Number two, okay, and F is proportional to magnetic field B. Okay, therefore the strength of the magnetic field. Third one, what is the second one? First one is it is proportional to the magnitude of the charge. Next one is it is directly proportional to what is the strength of the magnetic field. Magnitude of the magnetic field, strength of the field. Number 3, F also, it is directly proportional to, very important, V sin theta. What is V sin theta? It is V sin theta will be acting in the direction of, is it correct, V sin theta? It is not V sin theta. What is that? It is V cos theta, na? If you resolve this into two components, are you following? Therefore, here it will be V cos theta. And the perpendicular component is X. It is along X direction. It is Y, na? It is Y, na? Therefore, here it will be V sin. Hope you are following, children. It is perpendicular component. It is X, it is Y, and this is Z. This is Z. Therefore, X and Z directions are perpendicular only, na? Therefore, see here, this is V. Therefore, it should be V cos theta. Hope you are following. Why? Because it makes an angle theta with the B. Therefore, component of the velocity in the direction of the magnetic field. Component of velocity in the direction of the magnetic field is V cos theta. Correct? Okay. Therefore, What is force? Force acting on a moving charge is directly proportional to Q, directly proportional to the magnitude of the field, and also it is directly proportional to the component of its velocity of the charge in the direction of the magnetic field. In the direction, this is the direction of the magnetic field along the x direction. In the direction of the, not in the direction, sorry, v sine theta na, it is component of the magnetic field acting perpendicular to the direction of magnetic field. Sorry children, v sine theta na, it is v cos theta, here it is v sine theta. That's very important. What is that? Force on a moving charge is directly proportional to the component of velocity acting perpendicular to the direction of magnetic field. Component of velocity, not a component of v is a velocity. Component of velocity perpendicular to the direction of magnetic, v sin theta. Perpendicular to the direction of the magnetic, not parallel, perpendicular. Okay, so that is v sin theta. It is v cos theta is in the direction of the magnetic field, and v sin theta will be definitely perpendicular to the direction of the magnetic field. So it depends on three factors. Force on a moving charge in a magnetic field is directly proportional to the magnitude of the charge, directly proportional to the magnitude of the magnetic field, magnitude of the external magnetic field, and it is directly proportional to the component of its velocity perpendicular to the direction of the magnetic field. That is v sin theta. Okay, therefore combining everything, so you will be getting, therefore F is proportional to Q V B sin theta. QVB sin theta. Okay, combining everything. Therefore, F is equal to some K. Okay, constant proportional QVB sin theta. Okay, and K is a constant proportionality and its value is found to be 1. What is the value of K? K is equal to 1. Therefore, here, what is that? K value is equal to 1. Therefore, what is your F? F, that is equal magnitude of force. Everything is, we are finding only magnitude. Direction we have to see afterwards. Okay, the magnitude of the force experienced by a moving charge in a magnetic field is given by F is equal to Q V B sin theta. Q V B sin theta. Very, very important relation. Okay, next, therefore it can also be, if I want to write it in a vector form, you can write F that is equal to Q. Okay, V and B are vectors na. VB sin theta can be written as V cross B. Correct? Are you following? Therefore vector form, in vector form. Hope you are following. Therefore, F is equal to Q into V cross B. Or, if I want to write once again with this magnitude, means F, correct? That is equal to Q into V cross B magnitude. V cross B magnitude. Are you following, children? So, this F is called as, this force experienced by a moving charge in a magnetic field is called as, okay, this force is called as magnetic Lorentz force. It is called Lorentz force. Magnetic Lorentz force. We will see these things later in detail afterwards. Okay, just you have this one. This force is also called as magnetic Lorentz force. What is magnetic Lorentz force? It is a force experienced by a moving charge in a magnetic field is what is called magnetic Lorentz force. Hope you are following, children. Right? Now, okay, this gives only the magnitude, correct? Here magnitude of force. Here it is the direction. Direction of the force. Now we are going to see direction of the force. Direction of F. Okay, you know very well F is equal to Q into V cross B now. So definitely it should be cross product of V and B. Cross product of V and B means definitely what is that? It is given by right hand rule. Okay, right hand rule. How? What is the right hand screw rule or right hand rule? Okay, therefore it is actually force is perpendicular to the plane containing V and B. Na? Perpendicular to the plane containing V and B. So now we are going to see that one. See here, the first one. See. Okay, so just recall it. What is that here? This is A. See, right hand thumb rule. We are keeping a right hand. What is that? Curvature of the finger is from C. This is A and this is B. A cross B. So you are finding A cross B means in this direction. Correct? A to B. A cross B means A to B. Therefore, curvature should be from A to B means anti-clockwise direction mein hona chahiye. Your curvature. See, he is keeping the how is what is that here? It is kept. The hand is kept like that now. Your palm, see, curvature of the fingers is in the from A to B. That is in the anti-clockwise direction. Therefore, thumb shows A cross B. Thumb shows A cross B. Just I am recalling your cross product. Okay, how? Right hand rule. Okay, right hand screw rule. Right. Is it clear? Like that, the same thing. Now you see. If you want B cross A, see here. Okay, therefore it is B cross A means that this is not required. Okay, now see B cross A. Okay, now you see, if I want to B cross A, it should be, your curvature of the finger should be from B to A. B to A, which means it is anti-clockwise direction. So you have to keep in a anti-clockwise direction so that it will be B cross A, that is equal to minus C. Before that, A cross B is equal to C means B cross A should be equal to minus C. Are you following? Okay, like that. Like that. Now we are going to see. Okay, now we are going to apply the same here. What is, I don't want this now. Let it go here. Okay. Okay. Now see. It is very, very important, children. So, if in this case, where is V here? Whether we have taken, here is V. So, this is V and this is B. Correct? Therefore, what is the direction of force here? Okay. Therefore, if you apply, it is V cross B. F is equal to V Q into V cross B. Okay. V cross B means it will be in this direction. Okay, therefore if you keep the thumb, okay, in this hand, see what will be the direction? It will be V cross B. If you are keeping, it will be, what is the direction of F? F should be perpendicular to the, what is the thumb? You are keeping the curvature like this from V cross B, therefore it will be perpendicular to the plane of this board and it is outward. Plane of the board, that is board means what is that here? This tab, plane of the board and it is upwards, upwards. Therefore, here the direction will be perpendicular to the plane of the what is it, board, or for you it is plane of the paper and it is upwards. Okay, therefore that is F, that is the direction of F. Okay, right. Why? Because what is it is Q. Q is the positive charge, correct? If Q is the negative charge, therefore Q is negative. Q is negative means then what is F? F is equal to, instead of Q you will be getting minus Q. into V cross B. Hope you children you are following. Okay, everything what you have learnt in your 11th standard. Very simple concept is what you have learnt. You are using here, that's it. Okay, F is equal to minus Q into V cross. If the charge, moving charge is positive means then this directly you can apply. What is that? Right hand screw, right hand rule. Okay, IA cross B. That. But here the charge is negative. Charge is negative means then you will be getting F here that is equal to, okay, you can say that here Q into B cross V ho jayega na. Why? It is minus V cross B is equal to B cross V. Are you following? Therefore, this is your V and this is your B, and what a B cross V, that angle is theta, it is B cross B means it is clockwise direction. Isme to anti-clockwise direction, but here B to V, it has to go from B to V, B cross B. If it is V cross B means V to B. Are you following? Therefore here it is which direction? Curvature of the finger should be, in this case it should be anti-clockwise. Here curvature of the finger should be in the clockwise direction. From B to V means, therefore what is the direction of F here? F direction should be perpendicular to the plane of the board and downward. Okay, here it is upward. You hope you are following. Use your right hand thumb rule. By using it, curvature here, curvature, if you hold the thumb of your right hand at the grip of your fingers, okay, such that the curvature of the finger shows, okay, in the direction here, in the direction, which direction? In the anti-clockwise direction. Curvature is here in the anti-clockwise direction. Okay, therefore the thumb shows your direction of V cross B, that is F. In which direction it is pointing? It is perpendicular to the plane of the board and upward. But here it is perpendicular. In this case, it is if the charge, moving charge is a negative charge, then you will be getting Q to B cross V. Therefore here, I think you are following, children. Therefore here in this will be the direction of F. The curvature of the finger should be like this. Okay, I cannot draw the finger like that. Okay, so here this will be your thumb. Like that, here it will be in this direction. Thumb should be in this direction. Are you following? Therefore it is in this direction means I cannot, even it is not upward, it is what is that? It is, you can say here it is upward, here it is downward. It is away from the inside the board and outward, inward and outward, like that. Inward and out. I cannot draw here, so I have to keep it. It is inward here in this case. If you are keeping, okay, it will be, what is it? Outward. It is in this case. In this case. Okay. Therefore, it is upward. Upward and perpendicular to the plane of the board. And here it is downward and perpendicular to the plane of the board. Hope you are following. Okay. It is nothing but cross product, that's it. Okay, right. Now with this, okay, we are going for defining. Now I told you, no, therefore this is, we are defining magnetic field intensity from the expression of a force experienced by a moving charge in a magnetic field. Therefore from this, how to define. Now we are going to see. What is, you know that direction is over, direction we have seen. Now we are going to define B. Define B. Okay, so how to define? You know that F, that is equal to magnitude of, okay, QVB sin theta. Okay, when theta, that is equal to when, okay, you can say q, first one, q is equal to 1 coulomb, v that is equal to 1 meter per second, theta that is equal to 90 degrees. Okay, then what is that? F that is equal to 1 into 1 into sine 90. Sine 90 is also, what is that, to b into 1 sine 90. Are you following? Therefore, you can say that your magnetic field that is equal to F. Correct? So that gives you the definition for magnetic field induction or magnetic flux density or magnetic field intensity, okay, or strength of the magnetic field. Okay, therefore how to define? See, magnetic field induction or magnetic flux density at any point in a magnetic field, because it changes from point to point now. Therefore, magnetic field, what is it? Magnetic field induction at any point in a magnetic field, okay, is equal to, is defined as the force experienced by a unit positive charge. 1 coulomb means positive now, unit positive charge moving with a unit velocity 1 meter per second, moving with the unit velocity. How it is moving? Perpendicular, okay, perpendicular to the direction of the magnetic field, theta na 90. Okay, it is moving with the unit velocity perpendicular to the direction of the magnetic field at that point. Theta is equal to 90. It is moving perpendicular to the direction of magnetic field at that point. Are you following? Is it clear? Okay, therefore, when everything is 1, q is 1, v is 1, sin theta is equal to 1, which means theta 90 means sin theta is equal to 1. Everything is 1, therefore, your b is equal to f. B is equal to f. Okay, therefore, how to define now? The magnetic field induction at any point in a magnetic field, okay, is defined as the force experienced by a unit positive charge moving with the unit velocity. Okay, how it is moving? Perpendicular to the direction of the magnetic field at that point. Perpendicular to the direction of the magnetic field at that point. Is it clear? Hope you are following, children. Now, okay, very important it is. Okay, therefore, once again I am defining magnetic field induction at any point. Everything is same. I told you magnetic field induction, magnetic flux density, magnetic field intensity. Okay, everything is same. Okay, therefore, magnetic field induction at any point in a magnetic field is defined as the force experienced by a unit positive charge moving with a unit velocity perpendicular to the magnetic field at that point. Okay, right. Therefore, okay, now what are all the special cases? Now we are going to see some special cases here. Number 1. Okay, first one is when theta is equal to 0 or theta that is equal to 180 degree. Two cases. Theta is equal to 0 or 180. Then what is F? F is equal to 0 ho jayega na? F is equal to 0. Very important. Why? F is equal to QVB sin 0. Theta 0 means sin 0. Sin 0 is equal to 0. Theta 180 means sin 180 is equal to 0. Therefore, your F is equal to 0. Therefore, very important relation. What is that? Result. When a charge is moving parallel to the magnetic field or anti-parallel to the magnetic field, that is opposite to the magnetic field. When a charge is moving in the direction of the magnetic field or opposite to the direction of the magnetic field, it will not experience any force. it will not experience any force. Very, very important result. Okay, usually it comes for 1 mark and all the very. So it is moving. See, a charge of what is that? 5 microcoulomb is moving in a magnetic field of this strength. What is parallel to it in the direction of the magnetic field? What is the force experience? So parallel means definitely what is it? Theta is equal to 0. Therefore, it will not experience any force. Got it? Right. Therefore, when a charge is moving parallel, or that is in the direction parallel or anti-parallel, or in the direction of the magnetic field or opposite to the direction of the magnetic field, it will not experience any force. Right. Number 2. What is it? When theta is equal to 90 degrees. When a charge is moving perpendicular to the direction of the magnetic field. Perpendicular to the direction of the magnetic field means what is that? F is equal to QVB sin 90 हो जाएगा ना? Therefore, that is equal to QVB. That is the maximum possible force that is experiencing. Therefore, it is F max. QVB. Okay. Therefore, maximum possible force it will experience when it is moving perpendicular to the direction of the magnetic field. Okay. Third one is, what will happen when it is equal to, you can say, V is equal to 0. If it is 270, when theta is equal to 270, sin 270 is equal to minus 1. Therefore, F is equal to minus QVB. Okay, F is equal to minus QVB when theta is equal to 270. Right. Next one is, if V that is equal to 0. V 0 means what is a charge at rest? Charge is at rest. When the charge is at rest, what is F? F is equal to 0. Therefore, when the charge is kept in a magnetic field, charge is kept in a magnetic field, okay, stationary charge, it's not moving, then it will not experience any force. It will experience a force only when it moves. That too, what is if it is moving parallel or anti-parallel, it will not experience any force. If it is stationary, it will not experience any force. Are you following? Hope you are following. Therefore, these are all the conditions, right? Therefore, now we will take the second case in particular. What is that? When the charge is moving perpendicular to the direction of the magnetic field, it experiences a what is a force, that is maximum force. Okay. Therefore, here Q and V are perpendicular. Q is a scalar na. V and B are perpendicular. When V and B are perpendicular, then F will experience a maximum force. Correct? That time, how to give the direction of the maximum magnetic field in this case? Okay, this case, maximum magnetic field, that is given by here. That is given by, see, when V and B are perpendicular, then F will be maximum. F will be maximum, okay, that is the magnitude. What is the direction of the maximum force experienced by the moving charge? Direction of the maximum force experienced by a charge moving perpendicular to the magnetic field is given by Fleming's left hand rule. You have studied Fleming's left hand rule. Okay, what is Fleming's left hand rule? Distance standard you have studied. It is nothing but the direction of the maximum force experienced by a charge, okay, moving perpendicular, 90 degree na, perpendicular to the direction of the magnetic field is given by Fleming's left hand rule. How? See, stretch the first two fingers. It states that Fleming's left hand rule states that stretch the first two fingers and the thumb of your left hand mutually perpendicular to each other. mutually perpendicular to each other, such that, okay, the first finger or index finger shows the direction of the magnetic field. This is the index finger, na? The first finger or the index finger shows the direction of the magnetic field. Okay, and the middle finger shows the direction of the current or the direction of motion of the charge. Current is nothing but what is the direction of motion of the positive charge. Direction of the current is nothing but direction of motion of the positive charge, you know. So we are giving only with respect to motion of charge, correct? Therefore, it is the direction of current or direction of motion of the positive charge. Okay, hope you are following. Q is moving with this velocity v in this direction, v. Okay, therefore that is nothing but the direction of the current. Okay, then the thumb shows the direction of the force experienced by a moving charge in a magnetic field. Moving charge in a magnetic field. This is Fleming's left-hand rule. Fleming's left-hand rule gives you an idea about the force experienced by a charge, okay, moving in a direction perpendicular to the magnetic field. Okay, you know that magnitude wise the force is maximum. And what is the direction? Direction is given by Fleming's left-hand rule. Okay, so once again I repeat, Fleming's left-hand rule states that what is it? If you stretch the first two fingers and the thumb of your left hand mutually perpendicular to each other, such that the index finger or the first finger shows the direction of the magnetic field and the middle finger shows the direction of the motion of the positive charge. Direction of motion of the positive charge. Are you following here? You don't give in terms of current here. You give only because it is, what is that? Charge is moving. Okay. Therefore, it is a force or a moving charge you are representing. So, it is better you give only in terms of what is that? Direction of middle finger shows the direction of motion of the positive charge. Then the thumb shows the direction of force experienced by the charge in the magnetic field. In the magnetic field. Okay, so it is Fleming's left-hand rule. Fleming's left-hand rule once again states that if you stretch the first two fingers and the thumb of your left hand mutually perpendicular to each other such that the first finger or the index finger shows the direction of the magnetic field, the middle finger shows the direction of motion of the positive charge, then the thumb shows the direction of the force experienced by the charge in the magnetic field. Okay, hope you are following. Right. Now next one, very important is, now we have to go for unit of B. Okay, what is SI unit? Now we are going to see, you know that F that is equal to QVB sin theta. Therefore, B that is equal to F by QV sin theta. F by QV sin theta. Correct? Therefore, when, what is, now you give the unit. Therefore, unit of B is F Newton divided by Q. Q is Coulomb, correct? Q is Coulomb. And what is V? V is meter per second. Meter per second. Therefore, that is nothing but Newton second divided by Coulomb meter. Correct? Coulomb meter. That is nothing but Tesla. Open up the capital. Tesla. Okay, therefore Tesla is the SI unit of magnetic field induction. Tesla is the, okay, therefore what is that? It is F is Newton, Q Coulomb, V meter per second, sin theta is 1. Sine theta, no unit. Therefore, you will be getting Newton second per coulomb meter. That is nothing but Tesla. Okay. Now next one. Define Tesla. Okay. Define the unit of magnetic field induction. So once again, what you have to do, how to define, you know, okay, F is equal to Q V B sine theta, okay, when Q is equal to 1 coulomb, V is equal to 1 meter per second, okay, and what is a theta? That is equal to 90 degree, that is sine theta is equal to 1, okay, and F is equal to 1 Newton, F is equal to 1 Newton, then, okay, then what is that? Your B, that is equal to 1 Tesla. Everything is 1, correct, which implies that your B, that is equal to F by Q V sine theta, na? F is 1, Q is 1, V is 1, sine theta is 1. Everything is 1, is B is equal to 1 Tesla. B is also equal to 1. Are you following 1? Therefore, how to define 1 Tesla? The magnetic field induction at any point is said to be 1 Tesla. Okay? If a charge of 1 coulomb moving with, okay, 1 coulomb moving with a unit velocity perpendicular to the direction of the magnetic field experiences a force of 1 Newton at that point. Okay, once again, what is Tesla? The magnetic field induction at any point in a magnetic field is said to be 1 Tesla. Okay, if a charge of 1 coulomb moving plus 1 coulomb, actually charge of 1 coulomb, okay, moving with the velocity of 1 meter per second or with a unit velocity, or velocity of 1 meter per second perpendicular to the magnetic field, okay, are you following, experiences a force of 1 Newton at that point. Okay, that is what is called Tesla. Define Tesla. See, once again, the magnetic field induction at any point in a magnetic field is said to be 1 Tesla. If a charge of 1 coulomb moving with 1 meter with the velocity of 1 meter per second perpendicular to the magnetic field, okay, would experience a force of 1 Newton at that point. Force of 1 Newton at that point. Experiences a force of 1 Newton. Is it clear? Therefore, this is Tesla. Hope you are following. Everything is 1. F is 1, Q is 1, V is 1, sine theta 1. Therefore, B is equal to 1 automatically. So, give it in a statement. That's it. Next one, dimension. Dimension of B. Tell me now, you know, B, that is equal to F by QV sine theta. Okay, therefore, what is Q? F that is equal to M. What is the dimension? Dimension of F M L T power minus 2 divided by what is Q? AT. Correct? I into T na? AT. Then what is V? L T power minus 1. L T power minus 1. Therefore, L will get cancelled here. Okay, therefore, you will be getting and T power minus 1 will get cancelled. Therefore, you will be getting M. Okay, T power minus 2, A power minus 1. Okay, therefore, it is B. What is the dimension for B? Therefore, dimension of B. That is, okay, big M T power minus 2 A power minus 2.